Sup, peeps? Sup, good people? Happy Resurrection Sunday. Hope everybody's Sunday was a good one. I know we had some storms rolling through the South, so I pray everybody was safe. Saw on the news, North Louisiana had some tornadoes across the highway up there. Interstate 20 was shut down. I got family and stuff over there, so pray y'all good. I know here, it's early this morning, 4 or 5. I was still up. Thunderstorms rolled through. It's just a bunch of lightning where I'm at, but I think it kind of hit more north than it did right here. But thought I'd go ahead and get a head start on this thing. So let's just jump right in it, man. Little recap of the week. We still in quarantine. Still COVID-19 still out there running rampant. Case numbers running up, all that good stuff. So I encourage us, man, to just be patient, especially as believers, man. We got to set an example. Not really we have to, but, part of, saying the part of the Christian walk is exhibiting certain characteristics. Patience and understanding is one of them. And it just amazes me sometimes. Some so bothered and impatient are believers. I mean, I understand we all have our moments, but if we take a step back and allow the Spirit to really dwell in us, that should give us the power and the will to sit still when we need to. And this is one of them times where we have to, uh, for the safety of others. I mean, the thing about being a Christian is it's not what we can get, it's what we can do for others. I mean, the whole setup, it's a gift from God. It's nothing that we do. There ain't no works that we can do. There's nothing that is going to get us through those doors. It was all a gift from the start. He chose us. Each individual person that does confess, we were already predestined. It's in Ephesians. Read it. So he gave us something. So it's only right for us to give back what was given to us. And that's what this whole thing's about. So give that patience, give that understanding. I know we have expectations from our governing bodies. And truthfully, man, I think they doing the best they can. This thing ain't never, this is new to everybody. What's the word? It's unprecedented. And I remember when I was in the Army, you would get orders, not legit orders like, paper coming down range, but you would go to your sergeant or sergeant come to you and he tell you something to do. And so you and your battle buddies go out there and y'all start doing it. And then another sergeant come over there. It's like, all right, what y'all doing? Oh, we doing blah, blah, blah. No, you supposed to be doing this. All right. So we start doing what he tell us to do. So a little time goes by and the other sergeant come by. Pride, what you doing? Well, Sergeant so-and-so told us to do blah. Who in charge is? So we called him a crossfire. We don't know who to listen to. And my point of saying this is when I was in the military, think about it, stuff was always changing. Something was always changing. And I've been in the beginning when this thing first started happening, I started watching the news. Granted, because that's the only channel I can pick up. I only get local channels. I don't have satellite. And my Wi-Fi is not that great. So I watch the local news, wake up in the morning, watch local news, get off work, watch the local news, stay up late, 10 o'clock, I'm watching local news. And it was crazy because I would wake up, 6 o'clock news would say something, 6 in the morning, 6 p.m. news would say something different. 10 o'clock news is pretty much just a mirror of what the 6 o'clock is. By the time I wake up, something else had already come up. They had already, between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m., something had already changed. And you just gotta trust God, man. It's the whole thing. It's like we say we believers, we say we trust Him with our lives, and He's our Lord. This is the time. This is the time to let Him lord over us. Um, you know, they have encouraged us to stay home. A lot of people don't like that, as in reference to not being able to attend church. And I say this: if your Christian experience is hinged upon going to church on Sunday, you need to reevaluate your Christian life, because that's not what it's about. It's not going to church on Sunday. It's about having a loving and caring relationship with our Father, Jesus Christ. And how we know that you have that is by the way that you act and function out here in this world. But we have our ups and downs. Yeah, we will. But true believers, we always end up going back and getting to where we need to be. So if going to church is what, you really bothered by the fact that you can't go, maybe this is a time for you to hunker down and establish something at the home front. Set time up for you to read your word. If you got a family in the house, get the family together, do a devotional with the family. If you got children, this is a perfect time to start leading them and pushing them in the direction that they need to go. So, slack off. Try to see this thing from a lot more of a logical side, because that's what it is right now. It's kind of just logic, man. People just trying to make the best decision for the betterment of the overall mass, not just one certain group. And speaking of the governing bodies and a lot of the things that's been going on in the world, I think this is another good time for us is just to start to educate ourselves on what's going on in this world. There's some things out there that I know myself, if it is not right, immediately, directly affecting me, I have been known to turn a blind eye to it. But I'm starting to recognize and understand that I need to have my eyes and my ears peeled and keep my head on the swivel, just like when I was in the military. Technology is moving fast. Not all technology is good technology. We're in this day and age where we want it done here and now, as fast as possible. So, ever so many years, they've been upping the speeds of the cellular towers on our cell phones and internet and Wi-Fi. I'm not one to tell you what to think, so I'm just going to tell you to do it yourself. Google 5G. See the goods and the bads of it and make your own decision from there. Another thing that's hot up under the rug, kind of flying low up under the radar, along with this coronavirus thing, is a thing that I found out called ID 2020. Once again, Google ID 2020, and after you read up on that, Google ID 2020, Austin, Texas. That's all I'm going to say on that. Educate yourselves. And remember, there's power in numbers. Ever since, as far as I know, this country's kind of been in, they've had a government, it's been divided. We call it United States, but I truly don't feel that we're united. You got two different parties with two different agendas. Therefore, driving a wedge clean down the middle of the people. I wonder if in my lifetime will I see it to where we finally come to understand that this is not good for us as a people. Will we come to understand and understand that we need to vote better individuals in these offices, into these seats, and not just vote based upon a party line. If we get out there and vote, not just on a presidential level, but Senate seats, Congress seats, judicials. I think I said this before in another one of my videos. I'm kind of remembering me saying something about it now, but I guess that's kind of how important it is. I got to reiterate it again. If we get out there and vote, and those, even on our local level, the judges, mayors, congressmen, all of that stuff, it'll make a change And this stuff that's flying low up under the radar, the ID 2020, the 5G, and different things like that, vaccinations, all that different stuff, we really won't have to worry about it as much because we took the time to vote people that align with our beliefs, not just a party. Because as we see with the coronavirus, when they were trying to pass all these different orders and stuff, different parties were trying to slide stuff in it. I wasn't have time to do that. We just need you to do what you need to do right here and right now for the people. Not try to get in something that you've been trying to get in, taken care of for the last 2-3 years. I don't agree with that. But enough of the politics. I was talking with somebody here recently, and they were explaining to me, the care and the love that they have for a certain individual, and how they could see that this individual was going down a certain path that was not behoove of him. And it made me just think, man. We all had a little kid inside of us, and the individual I was talking to was a younger person, and the person they was talking about was around that age. So I was listening to him talk, and I was reflecting back on myself, what I've done in my life, different experiences, and I can truly say that it just sounded as though that individual, that little kid inside of them, was just stirred up and just having a fit. When we as adults, when we come up against something that's not going our way, and we just go ahead and we nut up, throw a temper tantrum, fussing, cussing, that is the equivalent to a little 3-year-old in Walmart throwing a temper tantrum. And we have to, as we get older, all of those different wounds and those different hurts that happen to us as kids that we kind of don't even know happen, we just kind of deal with them or move them to the side and keep pushing. We got to deal with them. And shoot, this is a good time to deal with them. You're isolated, you're by yourself, you're at home, spend a lot of time. You got a lot of time to think and reflect, man. Talk to that little kid inside of you. Let them know that it's okay. Let them know it's going to be okay. That, certain things may not go your way. No, I can't. You can't get this right now. But the adult side of you knows and understands when and if and when you can. You got to have that conversation with yourself. It sounds crazy, but when those situations come out and you think about this right here, it makes nothing but perfect sense. So I encourage you, man, speak to that little kid inside of you, settle them down, and don't be afraid of change. I know that's a lot of people. Some people, I don't say a lot. I don't know how many people watch this, but some people that watch this know me for real, like back in the day. And it's weird for me to say, don't be afraid of change. It's scary. It is scary. But if it's for the better, just one day at a time is all you can do. And I say this to the older people my age, 'cause we old now, y'all. Teach this to the younger generations, the early 30s and, the early 20-year-olds, your kids, cousins, nieces, nephews. Have this conversation with them. Let them know the changes are right. It might be scary, but it's okay. And if you're talking with somebody, and just because they didn't come from what you came from maybe you was raised in the hood, and they came from a more middle class lifestyle. Struggle is struggle, and one struggle is not really better or worse than the other. Listen to them. What they struggle with might can help you overcome your struggle. What you struggle with might can help them overcome theirs. So don't turn a deaf ear just because you don't think somebody's struggle is real. Hear them out. Then if it don't fit, you ain't got to move on it, but don't down talk them. Don't talk crazy to them. Don't, oh, you ain't never been through nothing. Don't say nothing like that. That ain't cool. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know how they feel. So that's what it is, y'all. I had some more stuff. I guess when these thoughts come to my head, I'm gonna have to really start writing them down. Cause I was watching a pastor this morning. He was going in. He was saying some good stuff, and stuff was popping in my head, and I was like, I was comfortable. I didn't want to move. It's like, oh, I remember. Can't remember nothing. I sat here for about 30 minutes trying to figure out what I was gonna talk about. I prayed. And that's what we got so far. So I just hope this is what he wanted me to say. Got another week of this thing, man. You got family and friends that's out there by themselves. Call them, check on them. My whole family, we just did a Zoom call. It's like 30 of us on that thing. It was crazy. Couldn't hear what nobody was saying. Everybody talking over everybody. But, you know, it was fun. It was cool to see everybody's faces. You know, I got kinfolk up in Ohio, Michigan, Louisiana, Texas. So just see everybody at one time for, you know what I'm saying, other than a funeral. It was real good. So I'm out here at the lookout. Checking the sun out. Nice little sunset. Y'all be good. Have a blessed week. Yeah, that's about all I got, man. I mean, I don't really read the comments on my YouTube. Uh, if y'all know me and you follow me on Facebook or something, you got a topic or you got a question, hey, drop one in my inbox. Or if you know me, you got my number, text me. Appreciate y'all watching. If y'all shared, I appreciate you sharing it. Yeah, we're gonna get through this thing though, man. Oh, before I close, I see a lot of people say I can't wait till things get back to normal. I saw a friend of mine post something, it was mad on point. We don't want to go back to normal. Normal was not working. It was not working. Let's move forward. I mean, that's the whole thing about life. If we go back to doing the same thing, that means we insane. It wasn't working. We gotta do something different. Will it work? Maybe. Maybe not. But we can't keep doing the same thing, though. So whatever it was before that had us bound up, had us struggling with certain issues, let's figure out a different way to do it, y'all. Can't go back to the old way of life. You know, I can see on the horizon a lot of different things coming due to this. You know, different hygiene type issues. Probably wearing masks anytime you go in the store, something like that. So let's grow from this, man. That's what I'm talking about right there. Let's become better. Let's not go back to our old ways. It's like a dog throwing up, going back to lick it up. I ain't cool. I ain't cool at all. So finally gonna sign out. Sit here, watch the sunset. Y'all be good. If it blessed you, share it.